Hey everybody, just here aboard the Gecko, just kind of getting into the game right now. Don't know what we left off with. What is the ore at? I need to set up some LCD screens. Why do I have this in here? Let's get this out. We are not doing any more stone. Wait, don't need you there. Alright, let's make sure all the stone is gone. We don't need that. Alright, all that should have been thrown out. Now let's see what the ore's at. Refineries. Got plenty of gold, platinum, a little nickel for some reason. Not sure where that came from. Looks like we are just down to the last little bits here. All the uranium has been put into the refineries. Good, good, good. So, with that said, this ship, the Gecko, has got 6 refineries pretty much underneath where I'm at right now. And then down here in the base, oops, wrong button. No, dampers are off, that's what's going on. Alright, down here, inside the base, oh, the hidey hole, I don't know if it's really a base, but yeah, it's, we've got another 10 refineries kind of just stacked in there as close as possible. And these are double back also. So, what is that? 12 large cargo containers and a whole host of assemblers, so that if I die, I should have enough materials to build whatever I want to come back. And then this ship, the Gecko, I'm pretty happy with. I think, you know, there'll always be modifications we do, but I think for now it is fine. Oh, and the other thing it has is a set of drills that can go down about 110, 120 meters. So, we'll always have access to materials if we need it, usually almost always. This, when I made my last trip to the Earth-like planet, this is what I used to get what I could off the base. There's 14 cargo containers, 9 rockets to get us off, which apparently was way overkill. But yeah, and then one little cockpit right there. So, I do want to redesign this. I think there is a purpose for it somehow. That maybe we can put some, maybe some refineries along here, some assemblers on the inside possibly, not really sure. And then maybe build a bridge on top of this, and then we have a second option. Obviously, it's not going to be much of a gunship, but to be honest, at least with what I had on there, it was really maneuverable, really pretty quick, even compared to this guy or girl, whatever. And then this was my first attempt at a gunship. It's heavy. It's incredibly heavy, but I was watching my buddy, gaming cyclist, and he actually discovered that you don't have to use giant blocks. You can actually use panels as armor, so that definitely makes things a little different. So yeah, thank you, video game cyclist, for that info. I'll have to check that out, but yeah, I think we'll probably be doing at some point some redesign, but to come on the inside, all the engines, for the most part, are pretty hidden on the inside with all the bits and bobs right here in the middle, just kind of tucked away in every little nook and cranny. I have a build and repair, at least one. I believe on this ship there's one. This ship there are 3. And this ship there are 6, 2 in the front, 2 in the middle, 2 in the back. Uh, I, I kind of build where ships are. There's no free space, so you really can't get around to repair stuff. So, yeah, it's good to have the nanobots running around and doing your welding for you. Um, but yeah, and I've only been playing this game 170 some odd hours right now, so I'm really kind of new into this. But thankfully, there's lots of YouTube entertainment that I've been learning over the years. And to be honest, this game was a little daunting with the programming and all the options that you can do. So I downloaded it in 2022, and here we are in 2025, getting into it, checking things out. I actually started down there, and I kind of was thinking I'm gonna make a little death trap of a ship. I'm gonna leave all my gear here, but I'm gonna go back to the old base, uh, and we'll see if anything's left. I want to say that it should have all despawned, but we'll figure that out as we go. And incidentally, tonight we are drinking an Alaris Trapish. I don't know. It's a Argentinian Malbec 2023. Nice little red wine for a Thursday evening. Very chill. So anyway, let me show you how I build, or at least get these things started. This is a very tiny, well, literally a flying death trap. But at least you can see how I get it started, and maybe that will help you out in the future with any of your builds or to get into the game. Mm, mm, mm. All right. Yeah, let's see here. So, come over to the building platform. Check the inventory. I have no plates whatsoever. Let's get that. Let's get 100 of you, 100 of you. Alright, so to build this, I want to say that I had connector. And then we hit R. That'll put us down to the small grid. And then we have to rotate it using the home, insert, page up, page down, delete keys to kind of get it over top this where we like it. That looks pretty good. Now, I also have build vision, and if I remember correctly, it is Control F10? No, that is not it. It is Alt F10? No. Well, there is a way that you can do this so you can see front and back, but I cannot remember which one it is. Well, that is fine. We will go without it. So we'll put that. And you see, that's the build and repair nanobots. You put something down and they are very eager to build for you. It's like it's having like 100 crewmen on the ship just ready to build stuff for you. Alright, so we have our connector. It's not locked. We're going to lock this down. We're going to hold F. Ooh, not that long. And we're going to hit Control Connector. Let's do this as... Let's change this name here to Death Trap. Death Trap Connector. And we'll come down here and we should be able to hit it on lock. Boom. Alright, so that's not going to go anywhere. I really wish I could see the front and back on this, but that's fine. Let's also hit G again. We're going to bring up a projector because I think I saved a little Death Trap. Just so you can see how efficient these build and repairs are. Projector. No, we don't need that right now. Alright, so when we do these projectors, you're going to have a bunch of these little circles, and if we hit the insert page up, page down home screens, we can flip this around. Alright, so that's the front. Now we have to find the top, this is the top. Alright, so now that double line down, that's supposed to be aiming forward, and then the cross section at the top means the top. Now we're just going to put that right there, let that build. Any second now. Scurvy cur is working the build and repair. Alright, so now I'm going to come back over here to this. I'm going to hit control panel, and we're going to hit the death trap connector, and now we're going to look for projectors. Now, this one is white because it is on this specific subgrid. If we were to disconnect it, you would only, or unlock it, you would only see this projector. Obviously, these other projectors are on the other ships that are connected throughout this system. And of course, as I've done this, there's quite an extensive network. I mean, this ship is docked here. It shares pipes that go throughout. So all these solar panels are powering down in that little hidey hole all the way over. And it's also powering this ship and this ship and this ship. So all their batteries are being recharged. But I did set up programmers that if the charging on the batteries gets below a certain point, which I cannot remember what it is, I think it's like 50%, that they'll turn on their nuclear reactors and automatically charge everything up. And then when they get above like 95 or 100%, then they will shut off the nuclear reactors and just keep running on solar and battery just to make everything automated. And actually what I was doing with this is there were certain minerals in these different locations. Let's see if I try not to make you motion sickness. I'm not sure why I dug this back so far, but inside here there was a bunch of minerals. Of course there's still magnesium left. I'm not sure. I used to have something all the way out to here, so I'm not sure why this is all gone. But yeah, there was ice in here. Just I don't remember. There's a bunch of materials and minerals in here, so all that got ate away. Same thing over there. That was over here was like gold and silver. I think there might still be silver over here. Yeah, there's still some silver over here. Right there in that little pocket. And I'll probably come get that at some point. But yeah, there was gold all inside here, so that's all gone. So we have all that. And the nice thing about having this as one big network is that all of these ships that have refineries and assemblers, they actually all work together as one giant, Borg style just community. Just like they all kind of just work together and get everything done. It's insanely quick. Hence another reason why I wouldn't mind getting a few refineries. Not a lot. I mean, maybe one or two on here just to have in case I need to, for whatever reason, leave this base. Although I haven't had any pirates or anything running around lately. So that's good. And no asteroids either, which is very, very less annoying. Anyway, coming back to the build. A little sidetrack there. So we have this set up here. And we're going to come over here to control panel. We're going to go to projector. We know that it's this one, and I'm just going to rename it just in case. Well, this is a one-way trip for this ship, but yeah. Just to keep things normal there, or just kind of uniform. So then you come over here, you hit blueprints. You got death trap. Here we go. So we got the death trap. We're going to take, you know what I got to do before I do this? Ooh. Because we have to line everything up, we got to be smart about this. Build and repair. Cargo ship, build and repair. We're going to turn you off platinum base, because the base, the little hidey hole, was built in an old platinum mine that I had. And then we're going to turn you off. So that should be everything turned off. Yeah, you're off. Alright, so all three of the major systems are turned off. Guess I don't have one on the railgun ship. Let's just hope it's far enough away that it doesn't matter. Alright, so let's go back here to our projector. So we got the projector. Now we're going to come to blueprints. And we're going to go to death trap. And we are going to double tap it. Alright, and now I can't really see anything. Let's just move it a little bit and see where we are. Okay, so now we can see that connector right over here on the left-hand side. We need to get that to line up with this. it should be, if I remember correctly, the same exact connector. So we need to, it looks like we need to do maybe a pitch to 90. Let's assume that that is correct. Let's just keep messing with the same offset until we can kind of see. Alright. Nope, that's vertical. We don't need that. So at least we know that's offset. That is correct. Alright, so we know this isn't correct. Let's put that back to 0. Let's put U to yaw to this. Alright, now it looks, you can see that cab kind of barely right there, and I don't know how good the recording is because, well, we're recording right now. You can kind of see that cab. Now we can see that this line here appears to be correct. So this forward or the, I believe it was the vertical that we were messing with. Yeah, there's the vertical. So the vertical is at 0. Horizontal should hopefully, ooh, that's at 0 also. So that means it's all the forward offset. There is a way, and that's what I was trying to get at earlier, is if I knew what the front and the back was of this initial connector, then I could have set it up where the forward and back, and it almost would have been perfect just to not do anything. None of this yaw stuff and just 1 or 2 offsets. But anyway, so now it would appear, because the shadow around this connector is gone, that everything here should be set. And actually, that's not too bad. 90 off is a little odd, but the 2 offset is to be expected because the projector 2 from the center of this is right here. 1, 2. Maybe that's 3. Anyway, not too bad. So now we got that. Now we're going to hit keep projection. We got to do this before we turn on the building. Just in case we need to do, like, that's what you want to do with the bigger ships, like the ship this is being built on. Because if you're in a battle and things start getting knocked off, that projection will still be there, and the build and repair will go back and repair those items that got destroyed. Alright, so now we can just exit out of that. Everything looks like it should. A little death trap. So let's just click on this again. Now we're going to hit control panel and we're going to hit build and repair. Going to hit on all of these, and any second now there'll be a shift up. Now it will start with the blocks that are actually physically attached, as you can see, and then as that gets attached, all these will pretty much instantly start coming in. Yeah. And while the crew is busy building, I'm going to have another sip of the drink. Now let's inspect their handiwork. Looks like everything is built. There are no, does not appear, I'm not sure why that's on, but alright, cool. So that's, now everything's built. Now we just get in the ship. Now, because this was from a blueprint, everything I had should be automatically connected, or automatically set up on that lower bar you see there. That's the control bar. The only thing that isn't is that one control connector. That is block number 3, and the reason that's not there is because it started separately. But we had it as... where is Death Trap? Death Trap, there we go. So we click that, and now we're going to go to Switch Connector as the option. That's it. This whole ship is basically ready to go. Now we want to check, because there were some ion thrusters that were on. We want to check and see. Now, again, because this is a blueprint, I already had everything saved, so I don't really have to think about that. I can literally just type in Death Trap. I got ion thrusters all. Now let's just go through and make sure that all of them are on or off on the same thing. Okay, so they're all, oh, there's one. Turn that on. Just Now they're all on the same setting, so that when we start using our controls, we're not surprised and possibly careening towards somebody or something uh, while fitting for the ship. Not a good idea to start off on a maiden flight. So anyway, right now I know that I already have number 2 set up to go to charge mode, so we're going to charge this thing up. We don't need any of our engines on. I already have number 1 set up as all engines. I have, I want to say it's build info or build vision is what does that menu just above the item toggle box. And that will tell you that obviously block number 1 is death trap thrusters all. We're just going to click those off for right now because we're not doing anything. We're just going to make sure that everything's charged up and we're good to go. Alright, that now is set. I need to get rid of my higher level equipment because, quite frankly, I don't want to rebuild it. All that will be here in the cargo container, good to go. Not sure why I have so many hydrogen packs on me, but we'll just do this. Now, I labeled these as main, just because I didn't want to have to search through or do anything crazy. And this brings up both the oxygen main tanks on this ship and the main hydrogen tank. I just labeled each of them main, and that way I can just search main and find them. With that said, let's see here, hydrogen, let's just refill that. We'll refill you and refill you. Now, I have no reason to bring along 8 of these. This is a one-way trip. I'm probably going to just die. Let's see here. So let's just get rid of some of these. So we're going to right-click, drag down, and we're going to drop off. Let's do 6. I only need to keep 2 of these. Maybe not, if I can count. There we go. Okay, so now we have all of these. I got 6 in here, and oh, come on. Is it full? Oh, it's full. That's why I can't do anything. So that's fine. We'll throw those over in the cargo thing. 1 oxygen tank should last us over to the, yeah. We'll say that 1 oxygen tank will get us there. We'll find out. Worst case scenario, we do this all again. I'm not going to need these things. I'll leave them here. It's always good to keep at least 100 of these on you just to build some simple blocks in case you need to. But yeah, so we got that. Now, power. I should have enough power on the ship because it's got a battery, it's charging. In fact, it's probably already charged. Oh, incidentally, these doors have an auto close feature that when I get past like 0.2 meters or something like that, they automatically close behind me. Good feature to have when you're living out here in the vacuum of space because, well, it's as much fun as it is to go out and harvest a bunch of ice to get oxygen and hydrogen. It's tedious, so we want to keep as much of that stuff in our cabin air pressure as reasonable as possible. So not leaving doors open is a good idea. All right, so let's go see a little exploration. 50%. Oh, you know what? That's probably fine. So now you want to start off by hitting your ion thrusters, and then you turn on your batteries. You're good to go. Make sure you have all your power turned on because the worst thing you can do is unlock first, and then your ship falls down and causes damage to it and whatever else you're attached to. Don't do that. Keep this order. And if you do it like this on this control, on your button setup, then you can do left, right, 1, 2, 3. And then when you go to land, you can do right to left, 3, 2, 1. And everything is set up. All right. So now we have this. We're going to hit information. We're going to go to GPS, and we're going to go to base. And we're going to see if this is still here. I think that was one I was going to explore at some point. Platinum Moon Base. We don't... we'll leave that on for now. That's fine. Alright, so here we go. So we're going to do this. And now, you'll see that on the fourth button, number 4, I have another one with ion thrusters. Those are strictly my forward facing thrusters that stop me from going forward. So we're going to turn those off. And then we should see our speed increasing a little bit better. But the other thing is that we can just start flying forward. And when we get to an actual high speed, again, this ship, if we hit V, you can see there is nothing to this. This is literally a flying coffin. But we're going to do it anyways. Because we have to see, because I don't want to have too many random grids from old bases that I'm no longer using clogging up the system and possibly slowing down my PC. I will probably start a new adventure, but this current adventure is me still learning the game myself. So I probably should have been recording from the very beginning, but it didn't really occur to me. I didn't really think about it. So we can pick up a little bit of learning halfway through. As it is, I kind of feel like I've already beat some of the game when it comes to resources. I can definitely hoard like nobody's business. Thank you, Ark, for doing first. I don't know. Thank you, Ark, for just basically getting me down that path of whoredom. Now, let's just have another drink and just ignore this. Alright. There's a good possibility that I'm either going to cut out this long, painful trip back, or that I'm just going to show you the fast forward replay, and you'll hear me talking and it'll sound like a squirrel. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we will probably just come back and we will pick this up when I get significantly closer. This is going to take a while. Probably, let's see here. Hitting alt, we are 215, 214 kilometers away. Yeah, you're looking like 20, 30 minutes of me just chilling like this, not doing anything. In fact, I might just put my mouse and keyboard off to the side and watch some YouTube and hope that I don't crush into an asteroid like that over there. There's always that possibility. Oop. Especially if I forget to not hit Alt to look around. Alright. Alright. I will come back in a little bit. Yeah. So just happened to look over at the screen and see that this is coming towards us. Thankfully we're off to the side, but it's a good thing I looked over. Otherwise we would have had to make a small trajectory. Actually, we might make a small trajectory change anyways. Unfortunately, the base is on the other side of the planet, so we have to fly all the way around, and we can't get too close because it will suck us down into the planet. And then, well, I didn't, of course, I left all my extra hydrogen bottles with the ship, so we would have to use what we have to hydrogen fly around, but most likely do a lot of running, and I really just want to avoid running around a planet. There's actually wolves and stuff down there that, man, are they annoying. Stupid annoying. Anyway, it's fine. We will just keep flying, and I will give you an update when that happens. Alright, we have finally made it back to the Earth-like planet's orbit. I am fairly certain we are on the proper side of the planet. We will find out what's happening. My buddy X Vader has gotten on, and he is here to watch and critique everything I do, like he does in every other game I play with him. You can say hi, man. It's fine.
Hello.
Nothing like having the Swiss there to critique everything you do. Sorry, Swedish, not Swiss. Oh, man, that's terrible. He didn't even critique me on that. He's a little out of it, I guess. Anyway, I've opened up a second bottle of that Alaris Trapache Argentinian Malbec. It's a Thursday night. We'll see if we make it in tomorrow. Kinda just got a real case of the fuckets right now, and that's why we're doing this. But yeah, man. So what you up to? Just kind of hanging out at the house and.
Hello.
You what?
Sing drywall.
I couldn't even hear what you said. It's all kind of muffled.
So,
Got to get you a laptop, man, so you can play. Get in on this.
Drywall's at the house.
Oh, they're putting drywall in? Okay.
No, we're not putting up drywall. We're mudding it basically.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. At least the drywall's up. Now the final parts of it, that's sorted out. Hopefully one day you get a laptop again.
Yeah.
And then we can play. If anybody ever watches this video, you should know that X Vader and I have played together on Ark for, man, it's probably been close to a decade now, and we always build stuff together. This is the first game where I've built stuff without him, and it's kind of cool because we have conflicting views on how things work, but because of that, we come up with some very amazing stuff. Truly amazing. It just works. Aesthetically, he definitely likes the aesthetics more. I'm more utilitarian, which is weird because Swedish, you would assume that he'd be more IKEA about it, but he's not. He's a little more bougie.
Hey, IKEA works great, man.
Bougie IKEA. And that's basically what we do. Another reason why a lot of the stuff that you've seen in the video earlier is a lot more compact and just kind of crammed together is because I don't have any conflicting interests in how I do stuff that might have a different view to help make something a little bit better. So, yeah. Again, that's if anybody ever watches this video. And if you do, you should like and subscribe. But anyway,
if anyone is watching it, I'm looking for tips on how to kill a squirrel.
Oh, that's terrible. I didn't think Swedish people dislike squirrels.
You know, he's eluded 3 rat traps so far. He triggered them, but for some reason he has gotten loose from them. So rat traps don't work on squirrels, apparently.
Yeah, the building I work in, we got squirrels that run in the attics and the ceilings, and they call them wall squirrels. Every time I look at them, they just look like giant rats. But, you know, hey, giant rats, wall squirrels, whatever the exterminator wants to call them.
That's the problem I'm having is he's running around in the fucking attic. I saw it come out once and then went back inside. Set up lots of rat traps, and I see it triggering the rat traps, but the rat trap doesn't seem to catch it.
What you ought to do is you ought to find its entrance, and then you ought to set up a maze outside its entrance that has periodical rewards of nuts that it
like
wants
50
to eat.
different entrances.
Just you know, take one and you set up a bunch of different little rewards, but it has to get past different obstacles. I've seen this on YouTube. Somebody did this where they made like the Squirrel Olympics or some bullshit like that. And these things were doing all kinds of ridiculous stuff. But then you record it. Of course, we'll have to get you cameras for this, but you record it and you put that stuff out, man. That could be entertaining because squirrels are pretty fucking amazing creatures. Now, of course, most of my experience with squirrels, besides as a kid, where one was rabid, foaming at the mouth, trying to attack me. Beyond that, it's always been like a Disney movie. So, what do I know? I should probably
Yes, I
not be
just sent you a
aiming.
picture of it.
Oh yeah.
It's looking at me right now outside.
How using peripheral vision? That thing looks like a fucking mongoose, man. Are you sure you
No,
don't have a
right?
fucking mongoose in your fucking place?
I think that's a squirrel.
I mean,
Or a big one.
it's a squirrel, but I mean, even the coloring and everything, it looks like it's
Oh.
a squirrel that went to mongoose boot camp. That thing looks fucking tricked out. You ought to try to tame it and keep it as your pet squirrel.
Oh, I think he's trying to make friends with me, but I kind of find it annoying that he keeps fucking chewing up the ceilings.
Oh, I think I'm past the point that these ion engines are gonna work. Yeah, we're falling like a fucking rock. This isn't good. 17k away. We will jump out of the ship at the last fucking minute. And then we will use our hydrogen tank to get us. Yeah, we got a few hydrogen tanks, so we should be able to get there. In fact, you know what? We knew this was a one-way trip for this ship. Que sera, sera. Oh, we're still.
The squirrels eat the rat poison.
I mean, rats like meat and pickles, according to Rick and Morty. So I would assume that because squirrels like nuts, they would not eat rat poison.
No, some rat poison has peanut butter taste in it, and I know I put peanut butter on the rat traps and it keeps going after them.
Well, they definitely like nuts, and again, that's the caveat that I said there is they like nuts. But Rick and Morty also said that rats like meat and fucking pickles.
I
So
guess I'm gonna have to get a pellet gun.
that is usually the answer I went to when I lived in a. I wouldn't say I lived in a farmhouse, but I lived near a farm in Ohio. And yeah, that was definitely the answer there, along with groundhogs. Fucking groundhogs, though, will eliminate themselves. For some reason, they like to gnaw on power cables. And power cables don't like to be gnawed on, as it turns out. And then you all of a sudden you're like, wow, what smells like burning groundhog? Yeah, yeah, no. You can't eat them. They're not cooked right when they eat power cables. But yeah. Alright, we are getting close to the base. It has been close to an hour now of me flying back to this planet to see if my base is finally gone. And then I can delete this GPS coordinate. But yeah, we will see. If everything's here, you'll also see the ridiculous stuff I did. Well, all those pop marks that you briefly saw used to be holes. It looks, oh no. You still got some stuff that is still sticking out here. Wow, okay, that's crazy. There must be a power source still here. Which is weird because I destroyed that power source. And there was a bunch of batteries underneath this. All this should have been. Why is this still here? I don't have any tools to cut this down, so hmm. So much stuff on me. Alright, let's see if we can come here. No? Alright, well, apparently turning power off to the bases does not actually do anything. Unless I have a power source somewhere around here. Oh, yeah. Kind of flipped upside down with that one. Alright. Well, I will have to sort this out. But I think the next time you see me, we're going to be back on the moon and we're going to build a big ship or reconstruct and adjust one of our other ships. And maybe that's an option. I don't know. I honestly, I did not want this stuff to be taking up valuable PCU space. And I'm not sure why it's still here. Yeah. Really bad. Alright, well, we'll figure that out. I'll see y'all later. Alright, so we're back here on the Gecko. I don't know why things are not deleting after they're powered down. So I'm just wasting CPU intelligence on stuff on that planet. I will have to sort that out later. I thought that when you powered stuff down, it would disappear, and it's been a week. I guess I really haven't been playing in a week, but on and off over the week, I haven't been down there, and I thought it would disappear, but it hasn't. So I don't. Maybe there's a setting. Maybe you know something about it, and you can help me out so I can finally just. I'm done with the Earth planet. We've come to the moon. We've got this going on. With that said, alright, so you've seen how I build a small ship, a small grid. If we were going to build a large grid, here's the thing about it. You have to be a little tricky on how they do stuff. So we're going to hit number 4. And we're going to hit that, but we're not going to have anything for that. We're going to open back up. I just got back in and we got to get back into this. So we're going to get our good tools. Gonna get all this stuff, and we don't need... Maybe we'll take those back if I go back to dismantle stuff. Alright. So, to get this to actually line up on a large ship, you put a block down like this, and then you put a second block down, and then another block. And then after that, you can put down one of these connector blocks. Watch this. This is magic. You just put this down. Build and repair does this. Alright? So now we have that. Now we actually don't need this block, or this block. We can just get rid of all of these. So that's what we'll do. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye. And then we just come over here, like we did with that first block that we did. Come to control panel, it's a connector, so we're going to do... let's just do large ship connector. And we'll delete 8 because there's no reason for that. And then we're also going to come down and we're going to hit lock. Boom. Now, we've got a large ship connector attached here. And we can build off of that. We could do the same thing where we put a projector down. But if we want to put a projector down, we wanted to leave that first block. I don't have a large ship that I want to build on here. But if we did, we would leave that first block on top of this put a projector on it, and then sort out how we were going to build that ship. Now, I've been thinking, I I like this ship, but it's tubby. And we gotta figure, like, either I could rebuild it, or we could rebuild it with a different design. And if we come in here and we look at it, come in here, we've got, lights on. We got thrusters, a bunch of other stuff, and more. Well, you really can't see any of this stuff. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, if we come in here, you can't see anything. So there's that. So then we come over here, and maybe it's you. Yeah. So this right here is a large warfare thruster. I thought I had large cargo container. Oh, here it is. We have a large cargo container. And maybe if I didn't put these in, because these things the weight on these things, they are 51 kilograms. So maybe if I put in some containers this size, like a large container this size, instead of a large container that's like a 3x3x3, maybe that would be better. I'm not really sure. So I'm contemplating rebuilding this kind of idea, but in a smaller, lighter form so that it actually functions better. Because this thing is, well, it's a Toad. It's incredibly slow, and I had to delete basically all the heavy armor off all of it except for the front. And I'm not entirely sure. Well, that's that build and repair going to town, see? Pretty sure I got a projector on here. You know, let's go check that out so you can see how that works. Come down here and hit I. Control panel, projector. Rail projector. See how it's white like I said earlier? That's this specific grid. Anything beyond this connector is another grid and will have another color. And every other subgrid beyond that will have a completely different color. Well, slightly different color. So anyway, we got the projector. Yeah, for some reason it's not... Oh, we got to turn the block on. Now, let's see if... Yeah, see, it's automatically turning these blocks that I tore down a second ago on. And the projection will now be replaced. And apparently the projection I had was from before I painted it. Which might be interesting. Let's see if we can remember how to paint stuff. We'll hit F to get out of that. X to get up here. And we'll... Alright, so then we take 4, because that's our generic block. And then we can hit P. That brings this up. Now I had it on black last time I did this, but then you had these skins. I want to say I had it on sci-fi armor. And we hit OK. And I think we just hit left click. No. Yeah, I don't remember how to do this. Maybe it's a control click or an alt click. Yeah, that's there. I wonder if maybe it has to be like this, and I click it, alt click it, B click it, P click it. No. Wow. Yeah, I forget how. I'll have to look this up. Well, that's... I mean, this game's a little complicated, and I wish I could help you a little bit more on this, but next time, I will try to be better at doing small tasks like changing the paint. Which, no, we didn't need to build that. I could have swore it was going to be... Alright, well, I guess I'll have to talk to some of my buddies or just Google it. but these will be repainted, and I'm not going to repaint them until I can show them to you next time. But again, like I said, it doesn't really matter on this ship. This ship, I'm a little undecided. We're probably going to rebuild this because it's just way too heavy. I mean, it's cool that everything is contained inside some sort of cube, but for a gunship, there's no armor. This is all light armor with some guns. And yeah, the gaming cyclist has shown me that doesn't work. It is a terrible idea that you just put guns on something with no armor. I've seen his space box. I don't want that to be us. I want us to do better, and we have to learn from other people's mistakes. Or, well, what's the point of learning if you don't do that, if you keep repeating the same mistakes? But I think that's it for this episode. We're going to go down here. We will go inside and enjoy the fresh oxygen. Possibly. Who knows what our oxygen level's at, which is downstairs. That should be good. No, we got full oxygen. And of course, we've always got these to fill up everything else. But yeah, I think that's it. We're going to end the game here, just kind of chilling out. And we'll just enjoy, well, let's put away the saw so we don't try to destroy the world. That's not us. Enjoy your evening, and I'm going to go have a glass of wine, and if you drink, you should too. Enjoy.